take a minute to say, I appreciate the platform and what these gentlemen have put together to give us an opportunity to go out there and really to combat what's about to happen over the next 12 months based on what's happening in the economy here in the U.S. right now. Over 100,000 jobs have been lost. When you look at homes, 6.6 million people, homes wise, mortgage wise, are behind in their mortgages now. The last 90 days, 9.4 million people that are renters are behind them renting their things over the last 90 days, as all the stocks has dropped and things have just been hit. So with this recession looming, right? These people are going to show you how to get your cape and be a superhero to a lot of people who are going to need to be rescued, in the next 12 months. And so, you're in the right place, you're in the right time, and you get a chance to hear from the first individual I'm going to introduce, who's the actual CEO of the company. Okay, this gentleman has done a ton of money in sales, business, and different spaces in the business arena. And between himself and his wife, Miss Christina Navarro, I have the greatest level of respect that you can have for a person. I love them, great admiration for them, huge hearts, and they know business. And so, with that being said, I'm going to step out of the way and yield the floor to the CEO himself, Mr. Wences Navarro. Mr. Navarro, the floor is all yours.
All right, all right. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. Take it away.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bean. Thank you for that introduction. All right, where do we start? Happy Saturday morning, everybody. Happy Saturday morning. I know you guys some of you are on your way to soccer, some of you are on your way to breakfast, but I promise you we're going to make it worth it. This is going to be worth it. Um, we are at a crossroads right now, right? For those of you, I see a lot of familiar faces. For those of you that have been here since, I mean, we've only been around for a year, right? A little bit over a year. But for those of you that have been here for an extended period of time, let's call it, right now it's when you start to get that feeling where you go, man, I'm doing a lot of work um, that I'm not getting paid for. And if you're honest, just shake your head. Yeah, I'll you know, I'll forgive you. It's okay. And that's all right because that's just the nature of business, period, right? And I promised you guys from the very beginning that I wasn't gonna talk to you guys like other network marketing or direct sales companies. There's no distributors here, right? Mr. Bean said it best. He said, this is your board of directors call. So I'm not gonna talk to you like distributors, right? I'm gonna talk to you like business owners and like entrepreneurs, right? That's what we aspire to be. Everybody on this call should aspire to be a business owner, right? So right now, if you're feeling that way, it's natural, right? Because right around now is when we're gonna enter that phase of the business where if you don't call, if you don't make the phone calls, you're gonna get the phone calls about BYLD. I'm gonna say that again. If you don't make the calls about BYLD Network to some of your colleagues or friends and family, you're gonna get the phone call and they're gonna tell you about it. It's happened to all of us, yes or no, Mr. Bean? It's happened to all of us at some point, right? We hear about something, we hear about it early. Timing is everything in business. Timing is everything. And next thing you know, you have people calling you about the business. I have friends of mine, industry colleagues that I've known for a long time that are now reaching out to me saying, hey, why didn't you call me about your business? And I'm like, dude, check your messages from a year ago. You have a message from me. I didn't get an acknowledge, you didn't acknowledge it. So here we are now a year later. Not too late, not too late, right? There's 129 people on this call, so definitely not too late. But we're at that tipping point right now where a lot of people are going to hear about it really, really fast. And today you're going to see a couple of things, a couple of the reasons why you're going to hear about it, right? We've been in the infrastructure building phase of the business, year one. It's about software building. It's about creating the systems, fine tuning the product mix. It's about setting up the contracts with the different we have the different providers that we have. Our business model is not easy, right? It's not that easy. It's not like shipping. I get an order and I ship out a box of product and call it a day, right? It's not that easy, right? There's a lot of moving parts. We're in the solar industry. where the payments are divided into three, and sometimes it's a mini construction project. So it's not easy. Okay. And then the water filtration, same thing. There's financing involved. So this is not an easy task. Um, but I think we've taken it head on, and we're hitting the point now where everybody's going to hear about it. And one of the reasons why I'm going to talk about it first, because I don't want to forget about it, I have it written down here. One of the reasons why a lot of people are going to hear about us over the next 12 months is actually right here, right behind me. Some of you saw this last week. I mentioned it briefly, but inside of this white box here, this piece of technology, there is more computing power than a Tesla. Now, let me say that again. Inside of this box here, right behind me, it is a modem, right? Like a Netgear box, like an Eero. It's a Wi-Fi 7 mesh device that also inside has more CPU, GPU, and AI computing power than a Tesla. So what does that have to do with anything? Well, we're going to start marketing this device here as early as probably the last week of April, right? So don't quote me on it. You know, with technology, things can, deadlines get extended. So don't quote me on it, but we've been working on it for a while. So I can confidently say that this device here is going to get a lot of eyeballs on our project. That's what it's going to do. It's going to get a lot of eyeballs. I can't guarantee you that everybody you put on a webinar is going to sign up, but I can guarantee you that most people that you call are going to want to hear about it. You know, once we give the description, you know, it's basically like having a little piece of the Amazon, the AWS. I don't know if you guys know, but Amazon makes a ton of money from their AWS division. A lot of money, a lot. You can go Google it. Don't take my word for it. Go Google it. They make a lot of money from data processing and hosting, right? A lot of the websites that you guys have, I believe we use AWS as a company, and a lot of other companies do as well. So imagine if I could tell you, this is like the teaser. If I could show you how you can get a little piece of the action on data processing and data hosting, right? And especially right now, we can't get away from AI. It's all over the news. It's everywhere, all over social media. Sometimes we don't even know where you're talking to a human being anymore. It's that good. And guess what? All of that is data that's being processed and stored. Every picture you take, every video you take, every webinar that's being recorded, everything. Our life is on this thing nowadays. Yes or no? Right? So all of this, guess what? All of the data, it's not being stored in here on this hard drive device. There's not enough storage. It's being processed at a data center. So what we're going to do is decentralize that data center world. So that's really, really, really exciting. I'm not going to get into the details today. We're actually going to be doing a seminar, not a seminar. Yeah, we're going to be doing a seminar with the founder of the technology. That's obviously not me, because you guys know I have a technology curse, right? But so that's not me. But we're going to be doing a seminar with Mr. Kevin Ross. I'll be sending everybody some information. You can do some background. We've done, extensive, background, not background checks, but just we've looked into his abilities and what he's done in the past, and it's just amazing. Some of the leaders have gotten to speak with him, and he's just one of those people that within the first 5 minutes of you talking to him, he's just really, really smart, right? So that's coming, guys. That's gonna get a lot of eyeballs. And guess what? When they come in to hear about that, they're gonna hear about all of the other stuff, right? So the idea here is to get a lot of eyeballs. Some people are gonna like the solar, some people are gonna like the other stuff. The travel is giving us right now. My next topic is the international expansion. Travel gives us that international presence, and we have that. You guys, a lot of you guys are already booking. We see the bookings on there. So you see the travel program is active. We're going to launch with 3 products in the international markets, and one of them you just heard about, this box back here. The second one is the travel, and then the third one is actually, you're going to get a little sneak peek right now. Juan, if you can make me co-host, I'm going to share my screen really quick.
You have access to share your screen.
All right, so I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek of, one second here. Let me know when you can see my screen.
You can. You got it.
Mhm.
Got it. Cool. So this is our Build Academy, which is going to host what you guys already know as the Smart Money Club. And it's also going to be hosting what we're calling the Web3, the Build Web3 Academy. And I feel like it's very, very, very important that we all understand what Web3 is. So we put a whole the entire academy together to teach all of you what Web3 is, because a lot of people still don't know what it means, right? They don't know what it is. They don't know what it means. So what's the difference between Web2 and Web3? Um, you're going to miss a lot of opportunities over the next 24 months. The world is going to change completely. You've heard me say that before, and now you're actually seeing it. We're living it, right? The world is changing like right now. So right in front of our eyes. And the last thing you want is to be that person that says, man, what was I doing, 24 months ago when all this was happening, like right in front of my nose. Um, so we don't want that to happen. So we're gonna make a conscious effort to educate everybody on different topics like cryptocurrencies. You've all heard about them, but believe it or not, it's only like 5-6% of the population in the world that actually has a cryptocurrency wallet, right? So the adoption is still very, very, very early on, but it's not too far from now where it's going to go from 5% to 25% to 50% to 75%, and it's going to happen really fast. So you're either going to be a part of it or you're going to be a consumer of it. So cryptocurrencies, financial literacy, we're already covering that with our Smart Money Club. Industries like DPIN, decentralized physical infrastructure network, that is where our box fits into, our Zeta box. I should have said the name. The name of the project is Zeta. So that falls into this category here. We're gonna, to believe it or not, NFTs are going to make a comeback. So we're gonna tell you what they're for, what they're used for, and then RWA, real world assets. You can start Googling it. You should start Googling it because this is a big, big deal, right? So there's gonna be a ton of education on this blockchain academy, not blockchain, Build Academy, that you're all going to get access to before it hits like the mass markets. So that's pretty exciting. Let me just show you, give you a sneak peek here.
Hey, what's going on? This is Reggie. I'm going to take you through a quick overview of the website, let you see how it look. Also understand that, of course, words can be changed and all that stuff. And do not go to the website yet because we're still updating the databases, and don't try to log in or anything like that because there's a few things that we're still doing. So when you first go on, it's the Build Academy. This is, if you're not logged in, this is what you'll see. You'll see instructors, happy students, live classes, video courses. This goes up as we get more instructors, and as we get more students, that goes up, and live classes go up, and video courses. You can see that the new courses, I actually added some courses in here already. So if a person, when you scroll down, the isn't filled once you launch and go. So I'm going to log in as this one. The password is 4394. And this is going to be for the students, so you can see how their dashboard looks. So when they first come on, if there's any quiz or anything, this is the dashboard. They can see all the events. So if you guys have any events going on, you can easily put that in there. I can change any of these. We'll take them out. And I just kept that in there so you can see it. Yeah, we can handle that. And let me show you the home.
All right, that was a sneak peek. So that's coming, guys. That's coming. It's I would say 99% done. And this is also something that we're going to take around the world. We now have the ability with AI again. Here we go back to the AI. With AI, we're gonna have the ability to translate on the fly. So translate all the material on the fly. So that's going to be really, really important, right? When you go international, a lot of times you have companies that start everything in English and then they do very loose translations into Spanish and other languages. That's not the case. We have full translation abilities now because of our AI. So um, then one more thing. So put a one in the chat if you're excited about that academy. You should be. You should be, because that's going to open up a world of opportunity, not just here, but just all the different things that we're going to try our best to keep you updated on a lot of these projects that are launching. But here's what I want you to know. Everything around you is being reinvented right now. Right now, everything around you, every company that you're shopping on right now, every app that you're using, everything is being reinvented right now. And you're going to have an opportunity to be a part of this next wave of companies. I don't know if any of you invested in Nvidia or Amazon or Facebook or any of these companies. I don't know. Maybe some of you did. But if you miss that, you're going to have another opportunity over the next 24, 36 months. And we're going to do our best to give you the information so you can at least know what to look for, right? And we'll give you the information as we find projects. We'll also be sharing those as well. And that's all going to happen through the BYLD Academy. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a couple of the leaders yesterday, and I said, maybe we should call it the BYLD Wealth Academy. So that way it encompasses everything. So we'll see. But so you got a sneak peek of that. That's coming. It's almost ready. It's like 99% done. And then the last thing is I wanted to cover the convention. We've been getting a few questions. I know people have to plan ahead for convention. I had a feeling before any of this even came up, which is the Zeta project. I had a feeling that we were going to need more seats at our convention. We were planning to have, somewhere around 500, 750 attendees, but I had a feeling that wasn't going to be enough. And I guarantee you that won't be enough. So everything happens for a reason. We had a couple of things that came up where we postponed it, at least postponed the dates. So on the next call, in the next week or so, I need to make sure that there's availability before we announce the dates. But right now we're looking at late August. We need enough time to plan everything. So we're looking at late August. Don't quote me on the date yet. We will announce it. And we need to make some phone calls this week to make sure that, we have those dates are available at the hotels where we want to be at. So that's the update on the convention. You will have a date here in the next week or so. I just need to make some phone calls, but it's going to be more than what we thought was going to be. We're going to need more room. That's for sure. So a lot of things, a lot of cool things happening here. Those are the updates on my end. I don't think I forgot anything. Let me just make sure. Nope. You got to hear about it. There are a couple of other things that we're working on, but for the most part right now, you've heard about, everything. So I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Sam Bean here.
Awesome.
You with the updates.
Well, I appreciate you. Guys, show us some love. Again, give the CEO some love. Taking time out of his day on a Saturday to come in here and give you guys the goods, kind of bring you guys up to speed on what's going on. Anybody excited about, Zeta? Anybody excited about, travel? Anybody excited about these? I mean, what we got going on right now? I mean, this is a really, really good position for us to be in. And again, it's just continuing to happen, right in time, right? And so for us to be where we're at, guys, again, just know this, we've been here before. Again, you have the Pachecos, you have the Ayalas of the world, you have the Aquinos of the world, guys, and a lot of you have been through launches before. You know exactly. I see Don LaPlume on here. You guys know exactly what it looks like. It's always darkest, like I said before, the dawn. And this is when, all that momentum and all the work that we put in, as a company, now it starts to pay us off because we've done our part while the company was doing theirs. And so, speaking of doing their part, here's another gentleman who, again, I got a lot of respect for, who is in the trenches every day, out here grinding, presenting, building, also bringing things to the table. And he's actual president of the company, and person who's got extensive background in sales, made a ton of money, millions of dollars in different industries. And again, just putting the company, when it comes to work ethic, on his shoulders and showing people what they need to be doing. They need to be building and not chilling. So I'm gonna turn the floor over to none other than the president, Senor Juan Carlos Rangel.
Thank you very much, Sam. And yes, indeed, that is some exciting stuff. And Sam, the VP of Sales, I appreciate everything that you do, brother. You two are always on the field, always leading from the front and leading by example. So thank you very much for that introduction, my friend. I've got a couple of things to cover, so I'm going to jump right into the information. First and foremost, happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And I believe with the information, the further information you're going to get here today, you're going to continue to have a great day. You're going to have hopefully this helps you have a better day. So there's a couple of things that I've got. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things, Amazon started as a company that just sold books, right? And by the way, if you guys notice, you always see Sam with the BYLD hats. You always see Mr. Navarro with the BYLD hats, not me. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put my hat on today because I noticed that I'm always the one that doesn't wear the hats. I've never been a hat guy, right? But I said today I'm gonna wear the BYLD hat. So, anyways, here's the deal. We started, Amazon started as just selling books, and now look what they've evolved to. Companies evolve. And we went from having a high ticket brokerage to now, because we offer so many other services, and I'm going to mention some of the new services that are coming to the BYLD network platform. We're not just a high ticket brokerage. We are an essential home services brokerage or an essential home services agency. Now, I don't want that to be mistaken for, oh my goodness, I've got to learn how to sell all these services. No, no, no. The comp plan is designed in such a way where the fact that we have more services allows you to make more money, right? And allows people to make, the new person to make money, overrides to get paid. And we believe in, listen, if we're already dealing with somebody that is a homeowner or a renter, we want to be able to offer services to those people, right? So I'm going to talk about some of those things. So in order to talk about this, let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me go to the proper location. I'm going to share just a couple of slides, okay, that are going to explain the services that we have and kind of like the vision of where we're going, right? So first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, BYLD is a platform, right, that empowers you to thrive in every aspect of life by merging the most relevant and the most lucrative verticals today. And we've combined them with the most powerful entrepreneur and travel club. You are going to see a bigger emphasis on the travel program, and you're going to see here today why that is. So again, here's what we are creating. We are creating the ultimate business and lifestyle membership. And we look for the fastest growing business verticals today. Mr. Navarro talked about it, right? Web3, okay, the DeFi Academy. These are things that are emerging right now. AI is going to take over. In order for that to happen, we need the computing power that we currently don't have. So that's where the fastest growing business verticals are. Solar is one of those verticals, right? America is going to go renewable energy. The world is going to go renewable energy. So we've combined that with the ultimate lifestyle, vacations, and experiences. Okay, here's some of the services that we have. The Eventi Travel. I'm going to show you guys some example on the Eventi Travel. This is, ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about it. I'm going to say something very bold here. And I think a lot of you guys are going to agree with me, especially those of you that have experience in network marketing. A company could build an entire company with just one of these verticals. Only one. You could build an entire. So what you see here, we could have, it could be broken down into 4 different network marketing companies. It is not easy to do. So the Eventi Travel, there for many, many years, I think Sam, one of his first companies, if I'm not mistaken, was a travel company, if I'm not mistaken, right? Mm-hmm. So the travel side, there's a lot of money in travel. The Essential Services Agency, we're going to break down some of the additional services that are more than what we currently offer. Contracts are signed, backgrounds are being done in order for us to be able to offer these services. Billion-dollar brands that we all will recognize. Of course, the Zeta and the Web3 product, Mr. Navarro touched on that today. The DeFi Academy, the Smart Money Club is only going to get better, right? Because they're going to also start teaching on the DeFi Academy, which there's some more exciting updates coming in the near future about that I'm not going to get into here today, okay? But let's look at this. we want to offer the most valuable subscription that you've ever had. How many of us put a number one in the chat? Matter of fact, putting whatever amount of these subscriptions you have. And if it's other subscriptions outside this, put those subscriptions. The world is used to subscriptions or memberships, right? We are going to create the most, as I mentioned, this is what we're creating, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate business and lifestyle membership. So if you look at Netflix, 283 million subscribers, Spotify, 252 million, 200 million for Amazon, and so on and so forth. Now, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, that's great for them. But what about you and me? Okay. So it's our turn to capitalize on the subscription revolution. You're going to learn about the most powerful entrepreneur lifestyle subscription that can help you build a lucrative residual or subscription-based income, how to travel the world, and we're going to show you how to get all of this for free. So just like the big boys, we are all customers of these services. So the BYLD vision is now, hey, let's create a subscription that is so valuable that people are going to feel like, dude, it would be crazy for me to cancel my membership. Value that I get for the membership, for the $99 membership, far exceeds what it costs me. Now, these other companies, ladies and gentlemen, they cost you time and they cost you money. We have a membership that can help you earn a lot more money and get you a lot more time, right? So, for example, on the Aventi product, why travel? It's an $11.1 trillion industry. When we compare it to the telecom industry, the auto industry, real estate, oil and gas, insurance, etc., it's an $11 trillion industry. Some of you guys have already used the BYLD travel membership, the Aventi product. You have your own booking engine, behind the curtain prices, up to 70% savings, right? Unlimited wholesale pricing. It's like 5-star experiences at 3-star prices. I'll give you guys some examples. The Caesars Palace. The best online price that we found was $149 that particular weekend. Our members paid $101. Not too shabby. 33% savings. Miami, public price $391. Our member price $250 per month, saving $140 per night. Glacier Park, $136 to $91. Once again, 26% savings on that scenario, right? New York, you're saving $400 a night for the Millennium Hotel in Times Square. You've got Rome, Italy. You've got Venice, Italy. You guys get the point, right? So this is one of the many member benefits, okay? We have Dreamscapes. We're going to get into that at a later time. We're going to do a couple of Dreamscapes. This is just some examples. On the Dreamscapes is going to be BYLD members only, right? We're going to probably do a couple of a year, 3 or 4 per year, where only BYLD members come together and we go and have fun and we do bucket list things, right? Now, here's the part that I'm very excited about. At the end of the year, somebody, let's say, for example, you paid the membership for a year, or even if you refer to year 4 and you paid no more on month 1, doesn't matter. As long as you have an active membership because of your refer for, pay no more, or because you paid for the membership, every year, because you are a loyal subscriber, your vacation is on us and you get to pick one of 3,000 locations. I'm going to show you guys what some of those locations look like. Okay, here's some examples of some of the locations that are available, but I'm going to get into more details here shortly. Okay, so let me stop sharing my screen. This is the part that got me excited. Let's pull up those hotels. When I look at this and I'm like, wait a minute, my question is this. How many of us or how many people do we know automatically have a plan in place to where they could travel the world and experience other cultures at least once a year? How many people have a default plan in place, a money savings plan in place to automatically travel the world and experience bucket list things? And most people, that is not the case. Well, being a BYLD member, we have that. So let me give you some examples of the anniversary trips. 1 year with the membership. Let's say you made no money. You paid the membership. Here's an example. South Africa, Kruger Park Lodge, 7 days, 4.5-star location is on us. as a thank you for being a loyal member. Now, what if you made some money? What if you build a team? What if you hit Builder 500? In addition to all of that, you get that trip. So worst case scenario, somebody joins, they spend $1,200 per year for less than $1,200 per year for their membership, and they get a trip that's valued at more than what the membership cost them. That's a worst case scenario. How many of you guys think that's a good deal? Here's another example. The Philippines, 7 days, 4.5-star property on us as a thank you for being a loyal member. Morocco, 7 days, 4-star property. Colombia. Now, Colombia, 7 days. This particular one does include $64 adult per it's a all-inclusive fee. So everything is included. It doesn't, you would have to pay $64 per member if you choose this location, but it's not too shabby, is it? Right? So here's some other examples. Greece, 4.5-star location, 7-day stay. Brazil, 7-day stay, mandatory fee of $35 per person per day. Not too bad, right? So now you don't have to choose those. You can choose some of the ones that don't have any additional fees, right? Here's Italy, 4.5-star property. There's no mandatory fee. Can we agree? How many of you guys think that some of these properties are beautiful? How many of you guys would love? Here's one thing that I heard a long time ago. I heard somebody a long time ago say, JC, I've noticed that when people are in their deathbed, one of the things that they wish they did the most was to travel more. Ladies and gentlemen, we've created the ultimate business and lifestyle membership. So we've got the cutting edge businesses that are relevant today to go out and make money and bless people, while at the same time, hey, let's go travel the world together. Hey, let's experience life with our family and our loved ones together at the same time. So here's another Italy 4.5-star property. Egypt, 4.5-star property. Mexico, right? Right across the border, 7-day stay. Okay, another Mexico property. Look at how beautiful these locations are. You want to stay in the States, maybe international people, they're going to want to come to the States. Here's a Sheraton Oasis, 4.5-star in Arizona. Here's another Arizona property, 7-day stay. Orlando, maybe you want to go to Disney World. Okay. Again, the value. So when I'm just thinking about this, I'm like, wait a minute. Somebody gets to experience all of this. Look at this, Canary Islands, Club Casablanca, 7 days, 4.5-star location. Okay, look at how beautiful that is. How many of you guys are excited by what I just shared with you? Okay, I'm looking at the chat here. I mean, here's the philosophy. The philosophy is, let's create so much value in the membership that not only does it make it easier for you to recruit people, but at the same time, the retention stays. And wait till you see some of the other things that we are including in that $99 membership. Those of you that are professionals that are paying $50 to $100 a month for a CRM, in case you didn't know, we have the Drip CRM, $100 per month value. That's included in your BYLD membership. Now, the key to these vacations is you got to be a loyal member for 12 months. Make sure your membership is paid somehow for 12 months. So last thing I'm going to bring up here is, one second here. I'm going to bring up some of these other essential services that we are going to offer. Okay. And this is what they are. So we know that we have the Encore Solar division. We also have the roofing division that goes with the Encore brand. Security, we offer ADT and Brinks. Soon we're going to offer Ripple as well. And we obviously know the Rene Sewell product. But guess what? Internet and mobile service is something that we're going to be able to offer. I'm going to give you guys some of the names. Is anybody familiar with a small company called AT&T? Well, we're going to be able to offer mobile phone service and internet service through AT&T. Spectrum. Here's a couple of other internet providers across the nation that we're going to be able to offer. Frontier, Spectrum, Earthlink, Xfinity, Optimum, Kinetic, AT&T, and also DirecTV. And you're going to be able to earn commissions by helping people get on these services, right? Now, why is this important, ladies and gentlemen? This is important because the superstar bonus, which is one of the major announcements. You want to make sure that you understand this here. Let me move this chart of communications. That's supposed to go in there, but okay. So let's go to this slide here. Ladies and gentlemen, about a month ago, we talked about the sprint bonus and the bonuses. I want to briefly touch on them because the month of April, we are in the beginning of April. This month, everybody qualifies for this superstar bonus, not only new people. So just for reference, come May and beyond, this is a new person's bonus. However, in April, this is a bonus that's available for anybody to hit. So the sprint bonus, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the superstar bonus, but I'm going to just recap both. The sprint bonus, somebody that's new. When you sign somebody up, you want to get them off to a fast start. This is going to be covered in the fast start training. So your job is going to be when you sign them up, be a good sponsor, get them to go to the fast start training. The fast start training is going to show them the bonuses that they want to run for. It is a system designed to get people into the right action. So remember, the sprint bonus, earn a $100 bonus if in your first 7 days from signing up, you recruit 1 builder and get 2 customer points. 2 customer points. I'm going to break down the way the points work. The superstar bonus, this is for everybody. How many of you guys are going to hit this superstar bonus? Here's what you do in the month of April, ladies and gentlemen. You have to recruit 2 personal builders yourself. Anybody could do that if they actually put the effort in. I truly believe that. And you've got to acquire 5 customer points. Usually this is for new people. Today, it's available for everybody. So Mr. Navarro and I are thinking we want to cut a bunch of $400 bonus checks in addition to your commissions. Let's look at what that looks like. So the question is, who do you know that can use any of these services? We're getting onboarded with Charter Communications, AT&T, Spectrum, DirecTV, right? So you qualify as your own customer. So guess what? You could switch yourself over. Maybe you don't have a home security system. Maybe you don't have solar. Maybe you're not drinking Rain H2O. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this. If you are not drinking the Rain H2O product yet, you're crazy. The water that we drink is so essential for life. I've been drinking that product, the Alka 75, since 2014. This is honest to God truth. Okay, so you qualify as your own customer, and guess what? You get paid on your own services as well. So let me give you an example. Here's what the numbers look like. Solar. You get a solar cell, whether it's for your own home or for an outside customer, 3 points. Rain H2O. We're talking about the whole home system if you live in California, the Alka 75 or the Alka CT. Those are the ones we're talking about, not the shower heads, okay? Those are 2 points. ADT or Brink sale, 1 point. When the internet products come in, those equal 1 point. When the cell phone service comes in, that equals 1 point. When the Zeta comes in, that equals 1 point. You now have the opportunity as you're building a business, ladies and gentlemen, to help your people get paid. The more of these services that we have, everybody should have a Zeta box when it comes out. Trust me when I tell you, everybody should have that. That's my recommendation, right? But I want to know who's going to be the person that goes there. I guarantee you, you're going to see people, they're going to go and be a customer of everything, and they're going to get paid on everything that we offer. So let me give you guys some examples now. Example number 1, you recruit 2 builders in the month of April, and you get you get a solar home. Let's say you go solar on your own home, or you sell solar to a customer. You enter a lead, tag a mentor. Now, the person that generated the lead is the one that gets the points. FYI, not the mentor, the person that generated the lead, right? If now we're going to have to pay points to 2 different people, that's not going to work. So let's say you get solar for your own home. That's 3 points. You've got 3 of the 5 points. Then you sell a Rain H2O product to somebody. That's 2 points. You got 5 points. 2 recruits, 2 builders, and 5 total customer points. Now remember, you could have got solar for your home and Rain H2O system for your home, and you got paid commissions on yourself. You hit the goal. You accomplished the mission. Congratulations. You are superstar bonus qualified. But what does that look like in terms of money is what I'm sure some people are thinking, right? Well, let's look into it. I'm glad you asked. you made $40 in builder commissions, right? Fast start bonuses. Let's say on a conservative side, you made $2,500 on the solar sale. You made $600 on the Rain Ace 2.0 sale. You made $3,140 in commissions, but guess what? You get the superstar bonus as well, don't you? That's an extra $400. That means that you're at $3,500 your first month. What if you recruit somebody, ladies and gentlemen, and through the fast start training, they say, I want to hit the superstar bonus. I want to go out there and do that. And you help them do their launch event. You help them generate the leads. They go through the fast start training. They learn the scripts. It's a system. I'm going to give you one more example. You recruit 2 builders. You buy the Rain H2O system. You switch over your internet to our internet, one of the service providers we offer. Maybe you did it with home security, whatever the case may be. That's 3 points. Then you sell the internet service and you sell an ADT system. That's 5 points. Congratulations, you are superstar qualified. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to take a couple of weeks for us to have the internet and the cell phone service, but I'm just giving you an example. It's around the corner. It's already here. Contracts are signed. It's just a matter of time. It might be 1 week. It might be 2 weeks. Well, what does the money look like? Here's what the money looks like. These are conservative numbers, by the way. You're at $1,140 in commissions plus your superstar bonus. You are at $1,500 in commissions in total earnings for the month. Now, we did not include any solar sales here. Okay. All right. So that's it on that part. How many of you guys are excited about some of these updates, some of these services? So you imagine Freedom is a $1 billion company. ADT, $1 billion company. Brinks, $1 billion company. Spectrum, $1 billion company. Charter, $1 billion company. We have partnered with at least 5 $1 billion companies that are household names, right? That is some credibility. That's one of the things that got me excited. Like, we are not even officially a year old. You know, I say officially because our launch event, ladies and gentlemen, was in August, right? Our launch event was in August, and we're not even officially a year old. So I've got one more. I've got one more update for you, and that is our back office. As we speak, for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, we've hired a designer for our back office, and our back office, not only is it going to look significantly better, but it's going to be a lot more organized, right? So I'm going to share with you guys, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek of what that's going to look like, because this is your business, right? Not only that, the BYLD website, once we get those international merchants approved, we already have a new BYLD website already done, but the merchant provider told us, do not move anything with the website until you get fully approved to go international. Then you could go ahead and put the new BYLD website. It's phenomenal. But I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek of that back office. So bear with me here. All right, here we go. So man, there's a whole lot here. Let's see, what are we looking at? Okay, good. Let me pull it up first. I want to make sure, because there's a lot of slides here.
JC, while you do that, I want to say one more thing.
Yes, please.
So I started out the call and I said that, you know, right now is around the time when people start feeling like you're doing a lot of work and that you're not getting paid for, right? So we're about to enter that phase where you start getting paid more. You know, you start getting paid for work that you didn't even do, right? That's when it changes. That's when it starts getting good. So I saw, look, Mr. Don LaPlume there got the chills there. So we're about to enter that phase where now you're gonna start getting paid for work that you didn't do. So just wanted to share that, and because I did share the first one's depressing, right? But no, trust me, it's a means to an end, right? That's how every business is. Most businesses don't go into profit till that's if they make it past year 2 is when they go into profit. So
that makes sense. Absolutely. Okay. And it's true, right? We have a saying in network marketing, you've got to be willing to work without pay in order to get paid without work. eventually, first you've got to be willing to work without pay, and eventually you'll get paid without putting in the work because you already built a team. So here's an example, ladies and gentlemen, of the dashboard. When you get started here, this is the new build back office, right? The designs. You see, we're keeping the same colors, but for example, this is your left team and your right team. And it shows you how many personals recruits and how many team recruits. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. It also gives you how close you are to the next rank. So let me find that here.
JC, on the Figma file there, just click on dashboard. Go out to the
Where?
top. You see where it says dashboard?
On the
Right
left or right?
above that.
Oh,
On the
right.
left. On the actual word. Yeah. It should
Yeah, I
take you to
clicked
the
that.
dashboard. Okay, so just go to the home page. Down below, it opened up home. Yep, there you go.
There you go. That's what I wanted. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Juan. Okay, so here we are. This is the dashboard, right? This is your account. So this is where the flyers are going to go, where the events are going to go, and where all that's going to go. It's going to show you here your direct sales rank and your dual team rank, and what percentage, how close you are to the next rank. You see that like 50% of the way, 80% of the way. If you've got your refer for, pay no more, it's going to have that on there as well, right? For the free membership. It's going to have a world map. Guess what? We're going international. The travel program is an absolutely necessary program to go international. The Zeta product is an international product, right? The DeFi Academy is an international product. If we want to build a huge company, we've got to have these because guess what? As much as we in America are excited about the essential services that we offer, right? Especially all these new services that we just included, the international people don't really have a lot of people in America. So we've got to have some exciting things for them. So now you got a map of the world, and it'll show you how many members you have in America, how many members you have in Brazil, how many members you have in Mexico, etc. Right? Shows your leaderboard here. Once again, your team. There was another one here. Here's your personal sales, team installs, team sales, team installations. Okay. And it's also got a mobile version, right? So see here. Now, Juan, where do I find the dual team? Guessing team? Yep, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a dual team placement. And as you can see up here, you've got all the tabs. Instead of them coming down on the left, they're over here, and it scrolls to the right. So your certifications, your calendar, your digital library, it's all up here going from left to right. And then your builder benefits, you click on this and it'll pop up all of your build benefits. And it shows you the teams here, right? Your left team and your right team. So I don't do it justice. When you get this back office, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee it's going to be a lot more organized, and it's going to be very, very exciting. I'm excited because, listen, I believe that I've been a part of this industry for 24 years, and I've been a part of some launches, and I see one word comes to mind for me. Now, granted, yes, I am biased, and I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to be as honest as I can, and I believe that that's what I'm doing. What I'm saying is this. One word comes to mind. That word is substance. When it comes to the business, the offering, the product offering for the customers, for the reps, the builders, substance, right? We're partnered with serious companies, real services that people need. The value of the membership has a tremendous amount of substance, and that's what we wanted, right? We want to be in the $200 range, $180 monthly range, $200 range. Don't get me wrong. Maybe one day we will have a $149 option, right? That'll help you rank it faster, more volume. That's cool. But I love the fact that for $99, we can add the value that we have. And wait till you guys see some of the behind the scenes things that we are working on, Mr. Navarro and I, on more value added for the membership. I can't tell you what those things are, but I can tell you this. There's more value coming to this membership. My recommendation, ladies and gentlemen, is start building like never before. Cast as big of a net. Start contacting your international people, because we are a couple of weeks away from international expansion. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. So with that being said, I'm going to hand it back to Mr. Navarro to close it out.
What more can I say? Let's build. We're gonna have another update. Here's one more thing. I actually do have one request. This is a request, right? So we're gonna treat each other like partners here. And this is obviously to your benefit, right? But we need some momentum going into this partnership with Zeta. I made some big promises to the founder of Zeta, some big promises. So right now we need more people to get on these Zooms, right? I wanted the first Zoom that we do for the Zeta project to have 1,000 people. First one, right? So let's commit, everybody on this call, let's commit to let's build up to that, right? Let's build up to that, but go get some builders. If everybody on here right now goes and get in the next week, just helps us out with the two, take some accountability, right? If we're partners, just go help us out and go get 2 builders. 2 builders, that's not too much to ask for. If you don't know 2 people that right now need to make extra money that could benefit from some of these products and services, then go meet some new people, right? But this is where it gets serious. We need to fulfill our promise to, I need to make this happen one way or another. We're gonna have 1,000 people on that webinar. So help us out, right? Let's go get 1,000 people on that first webinar. Go get 2 builders this week. That's it. Not too much to ask for, right? Just do your part, right? If we're gonna be business owners, I'm not doing my job if I'm not keeping you accountable, right? So just 2 builders. That's all I'm asking for. And I'm gonna keep track this week. We're gonna see who brings in 2 new builders. We'll highlight them on the next call. That's all I got, JC.
Hey, listen, I think we're good to go. Thank you very much, Mr. Navarro. Thank you very much, Mr. Bean, for hosting this call. And let's all lead from the front. Let's all commit. And it's not just, listen, yes, when we have that first Zeta one, Wences, let's get 1,000 people there. But you know how we get there? We get there by being committed to every Tuesday and Thursday. Monday trainings, Tuesday, Thursday business showcases, showing up. One thing we didn't mention is this. There's going to be a facelift and some changes to the business presentation. How many of you guys like the subscription model that we mentioned and the numbers of these subscribers, right? How many of you guys catch the vision of the subscription money, that we live in the subscription economy? Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of big things are happening. We do these not only to give you announcements, but to light a fire. Let's make a commitment. Hey, lock arms with us. We all need each other, right? It's not a me thing. It's a we thing. We coming together, making a commitment to showing up every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. That's when the family comes together. We have family reunions 3 times a week minimum. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Let's come together. Let's come strong. If you don't have a guest, guess what? You need the meeting and the meeting needs you. If you have a guest, the guest needs this opportunity. No matter what, our attendance is required. Nobody's too big to show up to those meetings on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. We got to create the winning culture, ladies and gentlemen. If we create the culture of winning, it's a juggernaut that can't be stopped, but we have to commit to each other. So I want to know who is committed to the BYLD vision, who's committed to building this juggernaut future legacy company with us. If you're committed, I want to see those numbers. Let's make that, let's show that with our efforts, right? Let's show that with our numbers. And if we do that, getting those 1,000 people on that first Zeta meeting, it's going to be a wrap. So I know I got your buy-in. I hope you guys are excited. Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend, and let's go and build some wealth together. Thank you, guys.